Comics Plus, what is going on? My name is Akasa, and hey, just outside 109 Cinema right now, about to watch Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. Gonna be late to it. Figgy from Ecomog, Strugglenation is running late. First time in Japan, can't fault him, I guess. Wait, is California Pizza Kitchen still open? Oh shit, okay, good. Okay, it looks like it was shutting down. Anyways, we're getting ready for Wakanda Forever. Maybe one of my least anticipated movies of Phase 4, unfortunately. I've already made my sort of thoughts on this, how I feel. The hype is not necessarily there, but I'm hoping that, it's like Logan for me. It's like they're setting it up to go see a funeral for a friend, so to speak. So, I'm hoping that it'll be an interesting story. I hope that it'll be involving. I think Ryan Coogler, he's still, regardless of some of the hand that was dealt with the cast and such, I think they're still going to pull off a pretty amazing movie, hopefully. And then I hope that we're going to get some stuff that's going to dig deeper into Phase 4 and the MCU, because quite honestly, for closing out Phase 4, it started strong with Shang-Chi, right? And what else was there after that, right? Or was it Spider-Man? Is that technically beginning of Phase 4? Anyway, so that's my biggest concern, is I just hope that we get on track with a greater, bigger story. If they're gonna close out Phase 4, make it mean something. You know what I mean? Other than that, yeah, new Black Panther, Namor. Looking forward to seeing what Namor can do. Other than that, I'm fine. I kind of already know, unfortunately, what to sort of expect, assumingly so. I hope T'Challa's situation is left a little more open. That's the best I'm hoping for coming out of this, is the fact that it's not like a permanent sort of thing where T'Challa is dead, you know what I mean? Like that they can bring the character back, not multiverse, but just bring back T'Challa. Like everybody assumes he's dead, so to speak, you know what I mean? Otherwise I think it'll be very weird to see how they're gonna actually handle that within the MCU, killing off T'Challa. That's my main thing, is I hope that they leave room, like most comics do, they leave room for an eventual return by a different actor that can reprise the role, because to me that will always be Black Panther. No matter who will take over down the line, yes, there are substitutes, but just like Batman, there are, it always goes back to the status quo of Bruce Wayne being the Batman. So hopefully it'll be the same with T'Challa. Otherwise, I feel like I'm setting myself up for a world of disappointment. I do apologize. The full reaction, audio reaction, will probably be interrupted as I'm waiting for Figgy here. He just changed trains, so I might just go ahead and go in, and then it'll stop, and I might have to come out in the middle to give him his ticket, but we'll see. We'll see, all right? Anyways, stay tuned. Wakanda Forever. Let's go. Wakanda Forever. Okay guys, we are back here introducing Figgy from the Ecomog / Strugglenation streams channel. He's been around for a bit. He's actually out here with M-Dog as well. Obviously, let me answer one question first and foremost. The reason why M-Dog is not here with us today is obviously he has to see it with his brethren, Joe from Strugglenation / Ecomog. So obviously we're respecting that. So Figgy's gonna try not to spoil the whole movie for him when he gets home.
Yep. I'll just spoil it when I see him next.
He's gonna watch it basically for you guys. By the time he arrives, he's gonna watch it in a few days. So I guess expect the official Ecomog Strugglenation review up in a little bit. We're gonna keep this non-spoiler because I definitely think we'll probably have to make. There's the end credits. Yeah, it's got to be talked about. So, what did you without spoiling anything, what did you think?
I think
We just got out, by the way,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
2 minutes ago.
Overall, I think it was a pretty solid movie. I don't think it's the best like Marvel movie overall. Like, I mean, definitely best of the phase currently, but like we talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
Not saying much in terms of quality, but I think it was pretty solid. I liked the culture of like the, I guess, Namor's people.
Yeah.
The way they kind of introduced that, I felt like it was done very well.
Yes.
And just the dynamic between the two sides, I thought was done pretty well.
Interesting enough, I felt like it was pretty heavy-handed this time around with the language situation on an audio level. Now, granted, I wasn't able to get the tickets. I usually get straight center, but it's a good thing I didn't because his train got delayed, derailed actually, and so he missed the first 20 minutes of the movie, and they were telling me like usually after 8 minutes they won't let anybody in if you're right in the center. So we were a little bit off to the side, but like I thought it was like pretty heavy on the accents, like almost almost the entire movie nobody had a like normal There were U.S. accent.
There were a couple times in the movie where I feel like I didn't hear what they were saying. Like it would have been nice, obviously, like back home if there was like English subtitles to like actually see what they're saying for those moments that you couldn't really hear properly.
That's interesting. Okay.
But yeah, there were a couple moments where I was like, I'm not sure what they said, but
right. No. You know what it was? What it was for me was the fact that because most of the movie was like in another language, either in Wakandan or the Mayan, Aztecian type of language. I just got used to like kind of like anime. Like I was like, oh, okay, I'm watching an anime. So the whole time, like I'm just kind of reading the double subtitles. It was in Japanese and in English. Which thank God it was in IMAX laser because subtitles are so much easier to read now. Previously, before IMAX laser, it was like this blurry yellow, like orange kind of haze, and I hated that. Anyways, but it's just like sometimes, you know, they were just kind of talking, but then they would speak Wakandan English. I think you would have to do that. I'd be wait, what did they say? Like it was kind of funny, but it wasn't that important.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, but it was definitely like a lot of accents with the cultures in the movie. So
story-wise, without spoiling anything. It was definitely heavy-handed. I felt like they were juggling a lot of different things, and I think if this was any other Marvel movie, everybody would jump on it and say like,
be more critical, maybe.
Not just that, but they would also be like, you're doing way too much. Like this is almost like. Almost in some ways BVS levels of plot inclusion of like you had this going on, you had something else going on, you had something going on with Namor. There was a lot of stuff in Wakanda going on. Then of course, this isn't a spoiler, but we have ReRe included as well, and she had her own story going on. I personally felt ReRe could have been cut out the entire movie, and the whole movie would have been better for it, to be honest. In my opinion.
Yeah, looking back, if they cut her part, I don't think it would have hurt or made it would have just been like whatever.
It was fine.
Not really needed.
It was so unnecessary in my opinion. Like there were some parts where it was kind of funny, where she was kind of like the more American black chick. She kind of reminded me of a young Beyonce for some reason. I don't know why, but it was just kind of the way she was like handling herself, and then a little bit of Riley from Boondocks.
Yeah. Definitely Riley from Boondocks.
But I don't think she was actually that interesting. That's the problem.
She wasn't very like pivotal. Like you said, like, and we all know with what happened with Chadwick, and you know all the things that happened with the film itself, and the rewrites, and the different ways they had to do things. So like, given everything that happened behind the scenes in the movie, like, it's easier to kind of be like, okay, like I get it. Like, I'm not going to be super critical of it, given the circumstances.
Exactly.
But yeah, there was a lot of moving parts. And as someone who's like a casual Marvel fan, like there's a lot of like stuff where it's like, oh, hey, this got introduced. I'm like, I'm sure people are hyped about it, but like I don't really know, you know, without going into details.
See, interesting enough.
Like it's cool, but like,
interesting enough as a hardcore Marvel fan and somebody that follows for so long, I barely was like excited. Like when certain things showed up or when certain scenes happened, that was obviously like a nod or
like something,
or it's alluding to something more to come, or when, oh shit, I know that person from this Disney Plus show. I was just like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, all right, it's cool, but it's not exactly necessary. And it's not like it was like super changing, so to speak. But I guess the last thing I would say is, like, it comes to, like, I will say the majority of the movie honestly did not get interesting. Was kind of like a little bit of a drag, but not necessarily bad, but in a sense of just like, okay, this is cool, kind of reminding me of reminding all of us of why Wakanda is so great and Wakanda has all this technology. And it was weird because I felt like I was watching kind of Avatar, to be honest, when they started getting into Namor's people. And I'm like, yo, shit, Disney
kind of reminded you of like
Marvel
Avatar kind of thing.
Marvel was doing an Avatar sequel before Avatar is. It was almost like they kind of like, there were certain
similar
scenes,
concepts that were like very similar in terms of like
very much so, where they take a lone stranger and introduce them into this world of underwater, and it's the first time it's ever happened. And there's like, I don't know if necessarily it was bad or good, but the overall concept that I think Ryan was trying to convey out here was grief, how to deal with grief, and I think that was the most important thing. There was a lot of other stuff going on, which I don't know. We can save that for
like hit or miss, or
well, we can save it more for an in-depth spoiler discussion. But like, there was a lot of other concepts that they were trying to throw in there that I don't know it was necessarily great. It was a very Cold War aspects. There were recycled themes from Iron Man, unfortunately. There was recycled themes from Spider-Man Homecoming, actually. I'm sorry, not Civil War, actually. One particular scene. There were a few recycled concepts, but I think the main point, what they were trying to hone in on, which is grief.
I think they landed on that the most. Like even
how to deal with it.
Like even like, this is not a spoiler because like it was in the trailer, but it's Angela Bassett, right? Like her performance when she was when she was like screaming about like she's lost her people. Like I had chills.
She carried,
even like
the
hearing
whole
that
movie,
multiple times, I still had chills. So like, her performance.
She honestly, I honestly can't think of anybody else in the movie that was as good as she was. There's nobody in that. There were a lot of cameos in there, a lot of surprise cameos, but even then, I think she basically owned every scene she was in. Like, Shuri,
it's gonna be an interesting future. To just leave it, I guess.
I know. Well, it's going to be very interesting to see what people's their feeling is on coming out of this movie and being like, you know what, I like this character now. I like that character now. I wasn't really feeling what they did with this one. Like, I personally, ReRe, whatever. We could have Everett being in the movie. You know, he was announced. It was fine. Whatever. He's doing what he's used to doing. But like, some of the other Wakandan people, I kind of feel like they got a little shifted. I don't know if I want shafted. I don't know if I want it more M'Baku, or I don't know if I want it more of like T'Challa's girlfriend, Nakia. I don't know if I wanted more of her, but I also felt like they got such little screen time compared to obviously Shuri and the mom, which it's obvious why they needed to do that.
And that goes into the thing with like maybe too much was going on, where it's like
I think so.
Too many things going on, so not enough moments for certain people that you would like to see.
Because even like Namor's people, it seemed like we needed them.
I feel like I could have watched more of his people and his culture.
I definitely feel like they were leaving a lot out in terms of like his underlings were supposed to also. It seems like they were a few scenes were left on the cutting room scrap floor because he's supposed to be like a king or a god basically, but we didn't really see too many chances for him to like show that.
Show him as there was like one scene maybe where it's like, okay, like he is the king, but I think I would have liked to see more of his people. Like, who knows if down the road they have like something's going
maybe down the road, something like that. But I do, ultimately, and the big question is, without spoiling anything, I do like what they did with the new Black Panther. So I wasn't feeling it. Overall, I'm not going to be overly excited. If the next movie has said Black Panther, I'll be like, yeah, I'll check it out. I'll watch it, but it's not going to be that same like. It's not going to be that same thing of just like, yo, let's roll with this kind of feeling. And as I said at the beginning of this video, I was hoping that the Marvel's going to kind of leave more of a comic book vagueness of like, look, T'Challa is presumed dead, but we don't have a body. We didn't see anything like that. And so they're going to leave like, you know,
like a little tease to like
something like back in the, you know, something like that, you know, like the Watcher or whatever. Something where we would get a recasted T'Challa. I don't really know if I'll get that wish down the line, but all I can say is that I'm satisfied enough with the direction that they're going, and with the end credits, there leaves even more.
That I'm interested in.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it. That's the non-spoiler review, guys. Definitely check it out. It's definitely the best movie of Phase 4. That's for sure. Which isn't saying much, because honestly, I think it was just basically.
What, Spider-Man?
See, does that even count? I personally don't even think. I mean, it kind of counts, but not really. But
if we don't count that, then like,
it's Multiverse of Madness, which I thought was good, but I definitely think Wakanda Forever is above Multiverse of Madness, only because of the layers of story that they were throwing in there. You know,
solid movie.
Yeah, but in terms of excitement and overall, it's still going to be No Way Home at the top. Multiverse of Madness, probably yes. I think ultimately, excitement-wise, Multiverse of Madness
definitely had the excitement.
Yeah. Wakanda Forever is not a very exciting film. I think as an extreme Marvel fan, it's going to be very easy for us to critique it. It definitely suffers from the third act CG-ness of it all, but I think we are giving it a pass yet again, because a lot of stuff was probably filmed in secrecy.
Yep.
I believe the commercials, I really want to go back and watch the commercials.
See if there's anything that was like dropped off.
When the new Black Panthers shows up, I honestly think there was a color swap.
Maybe.
Without spoiling anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty damn sure when they dropped it in and when they were using the promo art, it was a purple gold type of thing. But the actual movie is a little different. So anyways, okay. Guys, make sure you check out Figgy. He'll be over on the Ecomog / Strugglenation Twitch streams. He'll probably be streaming a little later today, or maybe Drew will be streaming a little later. You could talk more about that, but of course, make sure you don't spoil the movie for Drew. He's holding off not watching the movie for you guys, so he can fly back and watch it with Joe. So
probably within the week.
I think literally once he gets off the plane, he's going straight to the theater. And the jet lag's gonna hit him. He's gonna fall asleep. But guys, we'll take care of yourselves. Wakanda forever. We're out of here. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Wakanda forever. Now that I think about it, I should have reversed it. My bad.